Today we are going to make the very best gluten-free flour blend I've ever used. This is a secret to making the most delicious and freshest tasting baked goods that happen to be gluten-free. The most frequent question I get when people taste the baked goods I've made is, how do you make it taste so fresh? What flour do you use? So now I'm going to show you how to make this magical gluten-free flour for yourself. We are going to be making about 10 cups of all-purpose flour with everything you see here. The main ingredient for this flour blend is brown rice flour. Here I'm going to be grinding it with my electric grain mill, which I highly recommend you using. If you have someone with celiac disease that you're cooking for in your family like I have, it really does help save on cost, as well as make everything just taste more delicious and more fresh, and it gives you a lot more options. If you were to buy organic brown rice flour from the store, it would cost you at least 5 times more than it will cost you to make it. Being that I bake so often, since I have someone with celiac in my family, I think this electric grain mill paid for itself within 6 months, so I highly recommend it. To ensure the flour is not gritty, I always grind it on the finest setting to make sure it's nice and powdery soft. If you're using an electric grain mill like this one, it will sift the flour as well as grind it, so it'll be a little fluffier the first day or so after you've milled it. We're going to be using 8 cups of this lovely organic brown rice flour, which again is hard to get in the stores, hard to find, so definitely recommend having a grain mill. You can store and mix your flour in anything you like. I got this crate and barrel glass container for about $10 about 10 years ago. I'm adding 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon of the xanthan gum. You can also use gar gum if you have that. It's just to add a little kind of glutinous texture. Now we're going to do the arrowroot flour. A lot of recipes have cornstarch, but I like the arrowroot a lot better. Cornstarch kind of makes things taste a little pasty. Next, we're using the tapioca flour, which is another starch. We're using 1 cup and 1/3 of a cup. And then we're going to mix all of this together with the starches and the gum and the flour, and it'll make a really lovely gluten-free flour blend for all-purpose baking. Enjoy!